Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Blockbull Rabbi now bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, as always, we will take a look at the markets, but first and foremost, I want to bring your attention to this tweet that I posted approximately 1 hour ago. So, I have posted, be very careful as there is a lot of price action retesting what was support, now resistance before the big corrections. I'll be taking my remaining 20% off the table later today. Okay, so it's hotting up now, guys. We have got the Silver Swan coming in. Silver Swan, by definition, rare and unpredictable, but still identifiable with some foresight. Okay, e.g., for example, a significant geopolitical event. Okay, so we have got China and Taiwan as well. China are deploying mass vehicles, weapons, etc. Okay, so it looks as if they're going to raid Taiwan. You've got everything going on with Russia, Ukraine. We've got everything to do with Israel, Syria, Palestine. Everything is going on at once. Obviously, NATO getting involved. So I believe there's going to be some sort of black swan, silver swan. I don't colour what colour the swan is. Ultimately, it's going to tank the markets. Okay, so let's get into it without further ado. So this is the sort of smaller time frames now. This is Gala, for example, on the hourly now. This is Binance Exchange. Now, you can see ever since US elections of the 5th of November, 4th, 5th of November, beginning of the sort of month of November, we've been running up here beautifully, consistently going up. We did have a little bit of a fake out here, but we continued on the rally. Okay, and we have had a couple of sort of bull pennants play out here. For example, here we get sort of whips or price action before we sort of retest this sort of white trend line. Okay, you could have them play around with this sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Very, very, very sensitive. Do you know what I mean? A millimeter, 1 degree, not even that will take the course of action out of play. But ultimately, roughly, that is where the white trend line would go. We have had this bigger sort of bull pennant play out here on the hourly time frame. We started this bull pennant around the 4th of December. And that played out up until Monday, the 9th of December. So literally a couple of days ago. Now, bull pennants typically have anywhere between 60 to 70% success rate up to the upside. Now, obviously, that has failed. We've basically capitulated, haven't we, on the hourly sort of time frame. And we've also lost that crucial support band, which has been going on since basically US elections, since Donald Trump has been announced that he will be taking over the presidency of the United States of America come the 20th of January. Okay. However, we are seeing a bit of a bounce in the crypto. You can see we've actually lost support and we're actually going up here to retest support. So this is where I'm exiting now. This 20% remaining. I've got a bit of Gala, a bit of Velo, a bit of XDC. So yeah, you can see the significance with Gala right now. I do believe we're going to reject here, and this is where we're going to see this massive crash now over the next sort of 48 hours, in my opinion. So that is Gala. We are going to take a look at XDC because it's up almost 20% over the past 24 hours. You can see here, XDC looks decent at the moment, but ultimately, we are going to roll over again. I do believe this is going to be a double top here. We have got this sort of, let's just scroll out into the daily here and you'll be able to see this a little bit more clearly. So again, similarly, we have got this sort of splitter sort of resistance line coming in here. So again, this is on the sort of macro, if you will. So this is taking us back all the way back into sort of August 2020, into the previous cycle 4 years ago, and you can see how it's reacted. So again, US elections around this sort of point, if we drag that vertical line up, we'll drag it up to around sort of first week. Again, it's very, very sensitive, guys. So yeah, we'll just leave it there on 4th of November. So give or take a day from US elections. So that's US elections. You can see what sort of impact the US elections has on the price, and we've actually run into resistance. And not only that, we have literally taken out this sort of high here. So this is a 2023 high up here. So we'll just mark that out with sort of a horizontal line. So we've taken out the high, okay, of last year. So this is where XDC is currently trading now. I do believe we're going to see a rejection. This is on the daily candle now. So XDC needs a close above there, but I don't feel as though we're going to get it. We are literally just taking a liquidation from this sort of daily candle up here. And then I do believe with the rest of the market, we will capitulate. So it's almost creating a sort of double head, if you will, or double top, should I say. Better terminology there. So again, do expect a massive correction, and there's not much support in order to catch us. Okay, you can see where these sort of these sort of bull pennants have been playing out previously, even with like XDC. Like there's one here, yeah. So I'd expect to, at least come back down to there. So it's quite a hefty fall if there is a silver swan in the markets. We'll just measure down from sort of current price action. We're looking to get around there, sort of 4 cent just above. But ultimately, if there is a silver swan, it'll literally wipe out everything. Yeah, I'd expect us to literally do a literally hard reset from where we was trading at the time of US elections, which was around 2.5 cent. Maybe slightly higher than 2.5 cent, but ultimately that will be about 70% correction, which a lot of these cryptos are going to do. So that is XDC. We will get over to XRP shortly, but first and foremost, I'll show you Bitcoin, because obviously Bitcoin always leads the crypto industry and the crypto landscape. Now I'm just going to sort of simplify this a little bit. I've got this sort of blue fractal playing in here, so I am expecting a rollover now going into sort of January. Again, this can be altered slightly. Fractals are not going to be exactly, 100% identical to sort of previous cycles. However, once I scroll in here, again, this is a sort of daily here. We'll go into, we'll say 4 hours. Yeah, we can see a little bit going on here. So this white trend line is sort of area of interest for me. So again, since I would say around second week in November after US elections again, we've been trading up, yeah. We got this sort of bounce, and we created this sort of new all-time high above 100k. Again, we got a sort of bull pennant. The bull pennant failed, so these bull pennants are failing quite often now. We're currently up around this white sort of trend line now, so you can see on the 4 hourly, we're actually exceeding the white trend line. So in my view, that is good, but I don't feel as though that is going to hold for Bitcoin. Again, guys, I will not take too much. I wouldn't read too much into this because this is on the 4 hour time frame, but ultimately I do believe we're going to start seeing some more closes above this white trend line, and like I say, within the next sort of 24 48 hours I would expect Bitcoin to capitulate. I don't feel as though Bitcoin is going to hold this sort of price action for much longer. We could be seeing this sort of head and shoulders formation playing out, say that sort of left shoulder, possibly, that's the sort of high there. And then maybe we're forming a sort of right shoulder over the next sort of 48 hours, you see, before we do see the next sort of nosedive. If that is the case, you can see where we're going to run into. It's got a massive crash just waiting to happen, in my opinion. So all the way from down here. Again, Bitcoin typically does anywhere between 30 to 35% retracements during a sort of bull market. And that would basically retest all of this structure here. So we had like 6 months worth of structure. So from March here, where this white trend line is, March up until I'd say like November, so even longer. We're talking like 7-8 months worth of consolidation here before Bitcoin actually broke out to create these sort of highs. So once Bitcoin does make that correction, the rest of the altcoin market is going to follow. And I'm thinking more along the lines of January now before we really get going, guys. So I know we've stipulated 33 weeks on XRP, and we'll visit XRP now. So XRP is currently basically painting and printing a bull flag, which is stronger than a bull pennant, okay, statistically speaking. So I believe they've got about a 70 to 80% success rate. However, in my opinion, this is exactly what happened in the previous cycle, back in the sort of 2020, 2021 cycle, okay, when we got that sort of fake out to the upside. Okay, and then we retraced and we visited the XRP price, which is what it was trading at the time of the Bitcoin halving. Now I'm going to show you guys. So we got this bull flag here, okay, and what I'm going to do, just to speed things up a little bit, I'm going to go over to the daily time frame, and then I can zoom back in a little bit. So again, this is US elections. Exactly the same thing has happened here with XRP running up. So I do believe it is a hybrid cycle. Okay, so I do believe this sort of move is sort of playing out now for XRP. Yeah, that's this sort of fractal now is basically what's playing out. So we've seen it run up, and then we're going to see this capitulation back into the apex. Now, this is exactly what happened in the previous cycle. Yeah, we got the exact same thing playing out. So for whatever reason, it doesn't want to click on there for me. So we got a bull flag here, exactly the same. Let me just duplicate that line here. This is the exact this is basically exactly where we're trading at this moment in time. We've got this sort of bull flag, and then what happens is we'll probably see a bit of a breakout to the upside. So everybody will be thinking, oh, this Ripple Labs USD stable coin, it's all positive. You'll see a breakout and you think, right, okay, we're on like Donkey Kong. Before you know it, once we exceed that top sort of descending channel on XRP, that is when it rugs everybody, and that is when it'll revisit this sort of lower trend line. Okay, this was the previous cycle, obviously. Now, the equivalence to this lower trend line will be the tip of the apex. And you can see where I've highlighted here in this sort of yellow section. This was the Bitcoin halving. So at the time of the Bitcoin halving, I believe it was around the 11th of May. That sort of time, again, give or take a couple of days. I can't remember exactly, but this vertical line was drawn in on the weekly, so that's why it's falling on a Monday. Around that sort of time, was trading around, say, 19-20 cents, yeah? After the US elections, which is this red line here, we ran up from about 20 cents. We did about a 4x up to about, let's round it up to 80 cents. So we've done approximately we've done actually higher than a 4x in this move, yeah? Because we've gone from 50 cents all the way up to about 290. So if we rounded that 290 up to $3, we would have been looking at more like $3. So it's about a 6x, yeah? So XRP has done really, really well since US elections. So there will be some profit taking. I do expect this bull flag to play out here, break out to the upside, and that is when we'll rug, okay? And that is when we'll revisit the price at which it was trading at the time of the Bitcoin halving, yeah? So again, if we just revisit to sort of current price action, this is what's playing out now. So we could see a sort of fake out to the upside here over the next couple of days. And then before we know it, come the end of the week, we'll absolutely rug. And that is when we'll probably see the silver sort of swan event, in my opinion. So we'll probably break up here. Let's just see if we can get some sort of, break up to the upside. We might even take out these sort of daily closes here, something like that. Then boom, straight into it. Now, I wanted this sort of move to play out this week because historically, as you can see, if I go out to the weekly, this has all occurred within the 33-week window from halving. Okay, so let's just we'll also put lines with markers on as well, so you can see here again, vertical line, the orange line here, 33 weeks after the Bitcoin halving, 33 weeks that marked the low before the official breakout. Yeah, exactly the same here. Yes, we got going early straight after the US elections. Then we create that sort of descending sort of bull flag, if you will. It's looking bullish, breaks out to the upside. It's a fake out, and then you get that massive dump, and you can see where it wicks in. It wicks into support and takes out the XRP price at the time of the halving. Okay, so that's on the 33 weeks. We are at the 33-week mark now, guys. So there could be a massive correction this week. Like I say, within the next sort of 48 hours, I would expect some sort of news event. There's a lot of people over on Twitter as well. I do believe they're on the sort of correct lines as well. For example, like this, Gala has already stated, wait for the news from Ripple. That is basically covering him with a fall to come. Okay, so everyone's basically, everyone was kind of expecting a bit of a, I wouldn't say everyone, but obviously I was stipulating there's going to be a black swan event. So people think, all right, okay, let's take profits anyway. You might be right. Let's just take partial profits so I'm not completely out of the market. And then it's a sort of win-win situation. Yeah, I don't want to be greedy. Yeah, I don't want to lose all my money. On the sort of flip side to it, okay, we've got James here as well. It was Gala on 60 minutes. Everyone was saying all-time high up at $10. Ripple stablecoin. I think someone also commented. I think he meant XLM. In reality, they announced a stablecoin to stop the inevitable profit taking. So this is the thing, guys. Just because XRP is going to tank, it doesn't mean that's bad for Ripple. It just means that obviously we've had a massive run up here. We've had a 6x. People are going to take profits. Institutional smart money. You've got to be stupid not to take money, haven't you? If you've done a 6x, of course you're going to take money, yeah? So this is what's going to happen now. So over this sort of next 48 hours, I do expect a breakout to the upside. It's that sort of fake out that I've discussed from that sort of hybrid cycle, from 2020-21 cycle, and then we will correct. Then once we've correct, we're looking at 36 weeks after the halving. So that'll be around the beginning of January before we begin the sort of first impulsive move of 3, in my opinion. And that's when we really, really get to town, guys. But if you guys need a plan, it's all in the plan so far. The plan is coming to fruition. Again, these are more exit strategies. So we're looking at next year before we're taking sort of profits. This breakout is speculative. It's very, very difficult to measure when we're breaking out because historically, it's not been the same from the 2017 cycle and the sort of 2021 cycle. But I've got the plans over on theblockbulls.com. You can click on the link down below, and that'll take you through to my website where we do have both of the plans to hand, and that will give you like an accurate sort of reading when to take profits, when profits are projected, etc. So yeah, just click through there. Again, if you add both of those to baskets, you will receive a 10% discount. You know, the bundle 10 is right there, guys. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to look after yourselves out there. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. As always, I've been the Blockbull. Until next time, Blockbull over and out.